Hello, you amazing friends. Welcome to our live stream with none other than the legendary Simone Lord. How you doing today, Simone Lord?
I'm really well, Ed. Thank you for having me today.
I know, I got to say, you're an amazing lady. I've been saying this all along. You've got three kids. Your wonderful husband's a cop, and you said that you had a crazy morning keeping them all together. What on earth happened to you, Simone?
Well, I think it's just part of being in the shift working life when your partner isn't here. You need to be a little bit more organized to make sure that your morning runs smoothly. And I wasn't as organized as I normally am. So it was a little bit chaotic, but everyone got to where they needed to be, and that's all that matters.
Oh, well, you've done amazing. We've got our first viewer in today. We've got Keenal. Welcome, Keenal. We're at Keenal from LinkedIn. A big welcome. Great having you here. And be it you're watching this on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, or Twitter, smash that like, share, and comment. And please connect with Simone Lord over on wonderful LinkedIn. Now, Simone, I want to ask you, first things first, I noticed that interesting post from you today. You're an ambassador for this great project. Tell us all about this new role of yours, which sounds absolutely amazing, Simone.
Yes, I am very proud to be an ambassador for Fortum Australia, which is a service provided to frontline workers to really help not only the frontline worker but their families manage and do everything that they need to do around community for mental health, mental fitness, and just feeling a part of a group, because it is a very unique situation to be in as a family of a shift worker and that of a frontline worker, especially in the last couple of years, more than ever. Not only for the worker themselves and how that plays out in their lives, but the families behind these people as well. So I'm really passionate about supporting this cause and being an active voice for Fortum.
Yeah, I gotta say it's cool, and I mean, your husband's a cop. I'm a veteran. I see police and military, same thing. Just one's got a blue uniform and one's got a white, grey or green uniform. What's it been like being, I suppose, the family of a cop during the last 2 years? It must have been some weird moments, Simone.
Yeah, it's definitely been challenging, to say the very least. And when you have a young family, it's how you interpret what that is as well. Especially for my husband, who was posted away throughout COVID, was on border patrol and those sorts of things. So it was a very dynamic situation to be in, that we didn't really understand what was happening and what really was COVID. And then all of a sudden your partner's not here for you. And I had literally just launched my business, my health and fitness business at that time. So I was starting a business and all of a sudden homeschooling my children and alone while my partner's down at the border. So it was a very challenging time, but through these experiences, we create resilience and grit, and we always come out the other side fitter and stronger and everything else.
Now, just on that, you just said come out the other side fitter and stronger. That may have applied to you, Simone Louise. Simone, I almost called you Simone Louise. Bad. It's Simone Lord, not this Louise junk. It's Simone Lord, right? There you go. No, seriously, love Simone. So it's interesting. You always talk about how during lockdowns you got fitter and stronger, and it's like, okay, Simone, I know that you did, right, and power to you. But and I keep bringing this up because it was a big oversight of mine. Entering lockdowns, I was like basically run a marathon level of fitness, so Simone-ish fitness. And I basically put on a kilo a month for 2 years straight, and that adds up to about 20 kilos. And as you know, I've been starving myself ever since to get all handsome again. Now, the simple matter of fact, now most people, I'm not, by the way, I'm not defending my behavior, I was wrong, but most people physical health deteriorated during the lockdowns, and yours went through the roof. Now, firstly, A, I'm jealous, and B, I was wrong. But C, how do you do that? How did you improve your health during such a challenging time? Because I didn't, and a lot of people watching didn't.
I think it's really being aware of what your triggers are. If you know that you're an emotional eater, or if you know that you do those types of things, the first key is really awareness. Because once you're aware of a behavior, then you can work towards changing that. But when you're doing things without really knowing, then you're obviously not really aware of what you're doing. So that's really a key thing. For me, I have always advocated for fitness has been my emotional outlet. It's what I use to regulate my mood and those sorts of things. Even when you don't feel like exercising, to just go out and just half an hour is all it takes to do some exercise, put on your favorite music and really feel refreshed and revived about that. And that's what I did through lockdown. I was stuck in the house with 3 kids. It was very challenging. My boys are young, so all 3 kids under 7. And I just needed to get out, and obviously couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. So backyard workouts were my thing. I would crank up the music, half an hour, 45 minutes, what it would take. And it was just that emotional release for me.
Wow, incredible. Now, I'm a big emotional eater. That's how I got into trouble. And I got in a lot of trouble. And I got to say, Simone, as I keep joking, I don't joke, by the way, you're basically you're like an organic Terminator, right? If a Terminator is a human, we get you, right? You know, all you need is a metal endoskeleton and you're there, right? But to someone who like for me, you know, I spent years in the foster system. I got a lot of problems with food. Basically, I had a lot of times where I was starved as a child and a teenager, and that's affected me in later years. So I've become a really weird emotional eater, and I'm working really hard to deal with it. To those that suffer from emotional eating, which is probably 2/3 of people watching this, what do you say to those people like me who have big problems with food, especially in times of stress? Besides hiring you, what's one of the things they can do about that?
You just got to get to the bottom of it, I think. And again, it comes back to that awareness piece of figuring out why are you actually doing that? Because once you understand why that is happening, then you can work to resolve the underlying issues. And until you worked on the underlying issues, you're always just going to be met with another challenge of going, okay, what is it about this and why is that happening? Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Now, I was going to say, moving right along, you've done some amazing work in fitness, and you used to be a corporate before the pandemic. Tell us a bit about your old life. What was your old life as a corporate, Simone?
Yeah, so from a very young age, I think when I got to year 10 at school, my dad said to me, okay, well, you're either doing your HSC and going to uni or you're going to work. And I just wanted money flat out. So I was like, well, I'm done with school. Year 10 certificate's enough for me. I'm ready to go out and get into the world. And I just kind of fell into a whole modality of different things. It started with admin jobs and things like that. And I just ended up gravitating towards accountancy, and that's where I sort of landed and started working in there. And I was in the not-for-profit space in the disability sector as well. So quite still community related, which is what I've always sort of been drawn to, is those community services type things. And I spent a good part of 13 years at my last organisation throughout maternity leave and the rest of it, doing accounting and finance type work.
Wow. And just as an interruption, a legendary interruption or intermission, we've got the amazing Ronald Long from Vegas with us. He goes, glad I'm finally here. Hello from Las Vegas. Great seeing you, Ronald. And if you just come in, smash that like, sharing, comment, and connect with Simone Lord. I was going to ask you, Simone, so you're a corporate, you're at work, you've come into the pandemic. Now, recently, moving right along, I'm very excited about this, by the way, you're now going in that legendary corporate business coaching direction. You're launching some workshops. I know it's still slightly under wraps, but what can you tell us, Simone?
Yeah, we're very excited to be heading back into like a business venture, and exciting times being back with a team as well, because I've been a solopreneur for a couple of years now. So it was a really exciting opportunity working with Christian Lavolsi, who we first connected over LinkedIn, of course, because LinkedIn is a fantastic platform to use. And I actually was on one of Christian's mentoring programs. So we got to know each other through him being my mentor. And then he offered me a position within his business growth mindset. And we are establishing a mastermind process with his advisory services, which is what I felt I was missing for myself. So I've done a lot of business coaching. I've always really valued what that is, but there was always a component missing for me. And I just felt like there was something that wasn't quite right, that wasn't meeting up. And even though I was learning so much along my journey, my business wasn't getting to where I wanted it to be. And that's where I really started to understand the difference between what a coach is and what a business advisor was. So when you're being coached to the answer, and you're doing that self-discovery. When it comes to a business advisor, they're there just to give you the facts and help you move it forward. And that's what I felt I really needed. So together with Christian and his team at Business Growth Mindset, we're putting together a mastermind and framework for advisory services, which is really, really exciting. I can't wait. It's kicking off in July.
Yeah. I love what you said, by the way, about the difference between a coach and an advisor. Now, I know I call myself an influencer coach, but at the end of the day, I'm an advisor. I actually hate coaching people. I love just folding my arms and going blah, 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 blah. And you either do it or you don't. What's your take on that? Because I don't know. I don't have the patience for coaching. I'm sort of like,
I think it does depend on your personality, and there's a time and a place for it. I think we all need coaching at some time in our life, but we also need advisory as well. And I think for myself, in that startup perspective, execution was never an issue for me. I will execute like anyone you couldn't even imagine how
no one doubts that, Simone. No one doubts that.
But regardless of the execution, if you do not have the correct strategy, you're not going to get there. You really won't. So having people like, having you as well, Ed, and being a part of your network, and just having someone to help pull you back into alignment when you start to sway. Every time we get on a phone call and I say, oh, I'm thinking about this, and you'll say, no, let's get back on track. Let's get focused. That's really highlighted the difference for me on what a coach is and what an advisor does. So, I think a time and a place for both, but I don't feel that a lot of us understand that there is a very succinct difference in the two services.
Now, I was going to say, one thing you've done amazingly well, and you don't always take this compliment, so I thought I'd pay it to you publicly and double down on this one. But, I mean, a few months ago, no one knew who you were. Everyone knows you now. Everyone knows Simone. You're well-liked. It's only taken you a few months to really build your personal brand, and I'm going to say bravo to you. What is some of your thinking? Like, you've become very, very well-known in such a short space of time. Question one is, how did you do it? And what's your advice to anyone watching to build themselves as a personal brand, as you've done very quickly, and power to you?
Consistency. And I think that's the one thing that we all say, but it is actually meaning it and turning up all the time, even when you don't feel like it. Authenticity is massive, and you have to be there, and you have to be real about it. And I'm passionate about that, especially around the fitness side of life. There's a lot of fake personas out there. So for me, it was really important to be real about what it is to be fit and healthy, and that it's not just about losing weight, that it's about emotional well-being as well. And just being true to yourself, really understanding what you want, what you're passionate about, what your purpose is. When you understand those things, it's just an evolution of what keeps unfolding for you.
Oh, brilliant. We've got a few comments as well. We've got legendary Keenal. Keenal, great having you with us. We thank you. He's talking about how you can coach someone and not be a coach. Brilliant. A lot of good managers do that. And Keenal's talking about the importance of humility. And I just want to say, Simone, you absolutely echo humility, and I think you're an inspiration on that front. Tell us a little bit about humility and how it's such a great value of yours.
I think sometimes you don't have a choice when you're in a situation like me. It's either you turn up the way you are with your background distractions, or you don't at all. And if that's the option, then you need to make that sacrifice, whether you're ready to dive into that more personal side of showing yourself and what it is to be like that, or having just a beautiful green screen where things look all nice and perfect and roses in the background, which I think we all know that we're moving to or it has been for some times, it's all about connections and creating real and genuine connections. And if we're going to do that, then we need to be raw and honest and just show that vulnerability as well.
Oh, well said. And a few other shares. We've got amazing Ronald Long from Vegas. Ronald, great having you with us. And Ronald makes a great point. Yes, showing up is key. Knowing where you fall short and surrounding yourself with great people who can help you reach your goal. Now, you're a master of that, Simone. And thank you for selecting myself and Lassie as some of the great people to surround yourself by. We appreciate that. I want to explore that with you. You're a master of surrounding yourself with great people, right? And I can tell it's a real trait of yours. Where did you get that lesson from, and how do you seek out great people to surround yourself by?
For me, it's always been an internal drive. I love to keep myself educated. I love to learn. And I like to surround myself with people that I can continually learn from. It doesn't matter what area that is. So for you and Lassie, for teaching me about LinkedIn and understanding the platform more, from a business sense, to surround myself with people who are entrepreneurs, who have had successful businesses, people that you can learn from. And when you show a level of vulnerability, people are so accepting to offer their help and support to you, because they can see that you're so genuine about what your purpose is. And I think when you can come from a place that it's, we all need to make money, but when it's not about money, when it's actually about helping humans, people resonate with that so much, and they're willing to support you. And we all know that we become the people that we surround ourselves with. You share it so often about getting rid of toxic people in our lives. And it's true. We need to surround ourselves with people that are just going to inspire us and encourage us if we want to live out our true potential.
Oh, brilliant. And also we've got Andreas from YouTube saying, keep on winning big. Andreas, we love you, Andreas. And if you've just tuned in, smash that like, sharing, comment. Please leave a comment in the post. If I pick it up on StreamYard, I'll certainly react to you. And also to connect with Simone Lord over on LinkedIn, especially if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or one of the lesser platforms, because I'm a LinkedIn guy. So that's interesting and all that. And I got to say, you've done an amazing job of surrounding yourself with great people. And you said, Keenal makes a funny comment. No fakeness unless it's graphics, lol. We love you, Keenal. Keep it great. Now, you said and you know me, I hate toxic people. Like, I sit there late at night, with grinding my axe with a dagger, cleaning my fingernails, thinking about toxic people, right? And toxic people have really messed up my life on many levels, which I suppose I've developed such a deep hatred for those sort of people, right? I know it's not good, but I'm just telling you the way I feel, right? I know. I should probably get over it, but I'm having trouble with that. Now, toxic people can really destroy our lives. And, toxic people contributed to me becoming a homeless veteran. So hence I've got a very sore point with those people. Can you tell us, what is your definition of a toxic person, and how can we identify these cockroaches in our life?
It obviously comes in many shapes and forms, and it doesn't necessarily need to be someone who is really directing their dislike of anything towards you, but it's just how they are showing up in their environment as well. So if you've got people around you that are constantly just complaining about things, or just, it's always the glass half empty situation, or it's always a negative viewpoint. I knew that was going to happen to me. I knew that this couldn't, like those types of people, even when it's not directed at you as being toxic, it's a vibe. It can bring you down, and those people really drain your energy. I'm a very high energy person, and I like to give a lot to the people that I surround myself with. And what I found about being around these people is that if they're not willing or wanting to take that help and support, then they're not worth having in your life, because you're really fighting against a lost cause. And you should be really giving that energy and time and attention to people that are willing to accept it and take it and use it in such a positive way.
Yeah. Now, I get asked this question usually 2 or 3 times a week, and it basically starts with this: Ed, I have such and such in my life who I've considered a great friend for a long time, but things aren't working out. And be it, this could be a friendship, a relationship. If you're connected to someone who's toxic, and this is, I'll set it up so it's an easy answer. I mean, obviously, if you just met someone they're toxic, you block them right away. That's easy. No one has any problem with that. Let's say you're in a bit of a relationship with someone who's toxic, be it a deep friend or, partner or whatever, or a family member. How do you handle those situations? How do you handle a toxic person that's already in your life? How do you manage a situation like that, Simone?
It comes down to having the conversation and being brave enough to have the conversation openly and honestly, and respecting yourself enough to know that that is worthy to have. So, I have two examples that I could use around that. A close friend that was in the fitness industry, and when I started joining into the fitness industry, where our friendship started to conflict around our values of having opposing businesses that were in a similar niche once everyone went online with COVID, and it got really uncomfortable in the group of the friendship. And it got to the point for me where I needed to say to her, look, we can't be friends right now. This is not working. And, it's just bringing up too much for me all the time. It's always a conflict, and that's taking over my energy in the space that I have for other things. So I'm not saying that I'll never be your friend again, but right now I just can't be around you. So as hard as it is, you do need to just have those. Now, it's a lot harder when it's family. And I've also been in this situation as well of having to remove myself from family situations because my values don't align and I don't want to put myself into those situations. I think we can all agree on those family situations that you don't want to be in. However, it comes to a point where it's not about eye rolling anymore or trying to stand on the other side of the room. When you feel that strongly about your beliefs and values, you need to take a stand and just say, look, we've made a choice as our family unit. It helps if your partner is supporting you in that moment. But to just be like, you know what, we're not going to come to these events or we will not participate in this behavior because of our values of like that. We can't just turn a blind eye to things.
Yeah, well said. And Keenal leaves a good point. You're going to need the Holy Spirit to know who's toxic and how you can help them. And I think it's very, very well said, Keenal. Now, I was going to ask you as well, Simone, and this is the interesting one. You've done such a great job. You've been a relatively unknown character, and now you're getting known everywhere, which is amazing. And I've been, of course, we live in the same city, close enough, and we've been very lucky to meet quite a few times in the real world. You're a master networker and you're great at events. I want to talk to you a bit about business networking. You're very good at it. Can you tell us some of your tips on business networking so anyone watching from around the world can build a quality network? What are your thoughts there, Simone?
I think it's just being brave enough to walk into a room, whether that's a Zoom room or whether that's a face-to-face room, and just say hello, have an introduction, and just learning those tips on being genuine in what your conversation is. It's not like you scoping a room for your avatar or your ideal client, because conversations are the key to so many more things. It's not necessarily that one-to-one conversation you're having. It could be the second or the third conversation that is a flow-on effect. And as you've said, it's how I've gotten to be well known in such a short period of time, is because I'm leaving really positive impressions on people, and that's filtering out like a ripple. So it's not necessarily that I need to go and talk to 1,000 people right now. I can talk to 10 and have really great conversations, and those 10 will talk to 10 more, and then 10 more. And that's how you build, in my opinion, and what I've learned from you, Ed, is how you build a really sustainable network of people that are willing to support you in your efforts.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We've got a few great comments. We've got amazing Thomas JT Parrish. We were chatting before the live, actually, and he leaves the he's leaving the smile emoji with lots of hearts on it. So Thomas sends you the hug smiley emoji. We've got Amanda Kazi Cry with us. Good seeing you, Amanda. Amanda's agreeing with Keenal. And we've got Ronald Long from Vegas. And Ronald says, I think referring back to the toxic people we're talking about, it's hard, I know. I left everyone I knew and moved to Vegas to make something myself. I love the toxic people, but I needed to move on and make a chance and fly. Brilliant, Ronald, and love your work. And Amanda Kazi is loving it. Great seeing you, Amanda. I'm going to say, if you've just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. Leave some feedback because I can StreamYard's we're using StreamYard, which is pretty good. And please go over on LinkedIn and make sure you connect with Simone Lord over on LinkedIn. And just for those that have come in, Simone, did you want to reintroduce what you do just for those who've come into our live stream?
Sure. Well, I guess I'm a master at so many different things. The most important to me is I am a mother of 3 beautiful young boys and wife to an amazing police officer who serves our community here in New South Wales. That is first and foremost my most important role that I fulfill in this life. I'm a passionate advocate for health and wellness through fitness and through nutrition, not just for myself, but for my family as well. And my newest adventure also involves being an ambassador for Fortum Australia, which is supporting frontline workers. And I've just also re-entered the business world, and I am an impact architect for Christian Lavolsi in his growth mindset business. And we have some new workshops launching in July this year. So I'm really excited for that coming up in the next few weeks.
Excellent. Now, I've known Christian Lavolsi for some time. He's a great man with passion and drive. And if those listening, please connect with Christian Lavolsi too. What's the number one thing that Christian Lavolsi has taught you, Simone?
The living with purpose, which is what his tagline is for his business, but getting to know him as a client foremost before I became his employee, just really understanding the difference of how you show up each day when you really understand who you are and where you want to go. And that can just lead to so many doors and opportunities to open, and your scope of wanting to help. And I know so many of us, we want to help people. And I know for myself, I didn't specifically know how to help people. So Christian has really helped me find my strengths in what I am through my fitness business, and also leveraging now my prior corporate experience to be able to help people. This is like a secondary level. So it's really exciting to be adding that next layer of who I am as Simone Lord. As we all know, Simone Louise, which is my middle name. But I sort of was hiding behind the veil of really putting my full name and my real name out there. And Christian's really helped me just to really step into who I am as a person and live that out, playful out. You've got one life, right? Go all in.
Yeah, I gotta say, and Simone Lord's, I mean, I'm jealous that my last name isn't Lord. I'm Edward Lord. Yeah, I'd like my insecure Arab ego would absolutely love to have last name Lord.
I don't think you told us last night that you said you were going to on our Zoom meeting what your full Arabic name was.
Well, to everyone listening, if you want to hear Ed's full name, including the Islamic Arabic part, leave it in the comments and I might actually reveal it today. So there you go. So if you're watching now, say in the comments, Ed, I want to hear your full name. If I have at least 3 people do it, I'll tell you my full name today. So we'll come back to that, Simone. Come back to that.
Awesome. I'm going to go and get people to comment now just to make sure. Like that.
So I get 3 people saying, tell me your name, I'll reveal my full name. I've revealed it before, so a few of you know it, but I'll say it again. And we've got Ronald, a few great comments. We've got Ronald Long says, Ronald Long is actually having a really good conversation in the live stream with Keenan on that, talking about Jesus. They're talking about humility and stuff. So there you go. We're getting right into Jesus. So there you go. It's really good. And we've got Amanda Kazi. Amanda Kazi is a huge fan of yours. So Amanda Kazi is from Atlanta. So Amanda, please, Amanda, if you haven't already, connect with Simone. Amanda would love to talk to you.
Thank you.
Really good.
Support. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and of course as well we've got we've got Ronald and Thomas who wants to hear my full name, which is good. One more person, and I'll reveal it in this live stream. So one more person needs to say reveal the name, and I'll do it. So there we go. That's really good. And I love your name, Simone Louise Lord. I like it. It's like Lord Louise. It kind of works. Really good. Now,
Well, it is my married name. That's not my maiden name. So yes, it's not new to me, but it is a newer name.
I love it. Now, I just, oh my God, we got Jeremy Biggs. Jeremy Biggs just tuned in. Jeremy Biggs was the guy that introduced us.
He did.
In fact, Simone, do you want me to, can you tell us how awesome Jeremy Biggs is before I reveal my name?
Oh, Jeremy is another one of those people who lives with purpose and passion and is doing amazing things in the world of recycling and ecosystems, and it all goes so well above my head, but every time he talks about it, he's so passionate about what he can bring into sustainability and saving this world and making it a better place, and he's a truly inspirational guy.
He's very Elon Musky. I actually said that to him. Do you think there's a bit of Elon Musk in Jeremy Biggs?
Yes, yeah. He's definitely got some huge goals, and no doubt he will achieve them and really kick them all out of the park.
Excellent. No, we love you, Jeremy Biggs. Great seeing you. And yes, I've had about 5 people, so I'll tell you this is my full name.
Yes,
So
go.
my first name is Edward, but it's actually Edward Ahmed Ali Muhammad Zia. That's actually my full name. So Edward, Western name. Ahmed is my first Arabic name. Ali, middle name. And Muhammad Zia is basically the family name. So there you go. So Edward Ahmed Ali Muhammad Zia is my name.
Very cool. I bet you that doesn't fit on forms very well when you have to fill in all the boxes. They don't fit, does it?
No, not at all. And when I joined the army, I was in Australia. I joined the army as a Muslim, right? When I was in Australia, Australian Muslim. And interestingly, I got interviewed to the nth degree about my Islamic heritage. And I was really nervous at the time. I thought that they were not going to let me into the army. Far from it. They were actually thinking, oh, we're going to put this guy in intelligence or the AFP. They were busy saying, they were like, a Muslim, we need this guy. And then asked me, so tell us about this, Ed. And I went, ah. And then a year later, I got tapped on the shoulder to work in drug enforcement and intelligence. So there you go. But yeah, cool. I had to share my Islamic name with you. Now, I was just going to say big thank you to all our viewers. Keenal, Ronald, Jeremy, Amanda, Thomas, everyone watching. Thank you for being in this live stream. Just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. If you are watching the recording, please like, share, and comment as well. And make sure you connect with everyone on the live stream and connect with Simone Lord. I got to stop the Simone Lord thing. Next time I do it, you can punch me in the face and I'll let you do it. Right? Simone Lord, not Louise. Punch me in the face next time. I was just going to say, Simone, just as we wrap things up, can we just get some closing thoughts from you? What's going through your mind? What's your advice to everyone listening and watching us right now?
I think it's really important to find what you're passionate about and what you really believe is the true value for you. And one of those of mine is just my family and having a healthy family. And that's not just about the food that I put on the table. It's about the resilience that we're bringing our children into in this day, in this age, in this changing environment. Having those real conversations with them, but at an age-appropriate level, which is really important. And I think just remembering that we're always a role model for those around us, whether it's your children, whether it's your siblings, whether it's your peers. For me, it's never a competition against the next person. I'm always just pushing myself to be a better version of me. And that's what drives me so much, just wanting to be better than what I was yesterday. And we all have good days and bad days. That's the reality of life. But caring enough to make a difference. And it does just start with one person. It's not like, well, who am I to make change? We all make change one person at a time, following through on those values and what we believe in most.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Simone. I was just going to say as well, if anyone wants to get coached and mentored by you or come to one of your coming business workshops, how do they go about that?
Definitely just send me a message on LinkedIn. That's where I'm hanging out the most these days, Ed. I know you'll be happy to hear that. All the other platforms, I'm across the other platforms, but if you want my quickest reply, then you will DM me on LinkedIn because that's where I'm most active.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So just as a wrap, just want to say thank you for everyone. Amanda Kazi says, I love your name. Thank you for that. It's funny. We both got cool names. I got the cool Islamic name and Simone Lord. There you go. Two people with powerful names. Ronald says, Ronald makes a good point reflecting on earlier. It's not about the money. It's about what gets you up in the morning. Here, here. Thomas J. Parrish, great seeing you. Loving the interview. And Ronald called me a badass. I'm a bit of a badass, actually. I realized that the other day. So there you go, crazy. I also say a big thank you. Please like, share, and comment. Just as we finish up, Simone, can you please give the final word? And we're going to close the interview on your final thought.
Final word and thought would just be authenticity. Just be you. And I don't think that matters what platform you're on or where you hang out. I think when you are just yourself and you're just genuine, then you really can't go wrong. When you feel like you are just being true to yourself, then you will attract the right people around you and the doors will open in the right way at the right time when it's supposed to happen. So just be true and honest and authentic.
Here, here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Simone, for your time. I better leave you back to your kids. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, Ed. Thanks so much.